Oh, okay guys, it's been far too long. Almost 2 months since our last Brutal Friday when Coach Matt Torres did our double-digit commentary. Today is number 11, and for lucky number 11, we got 7-11 because we got 2 7-minute AMRAPs. Ski, snatch, rope climb, bike, clean jerk, chest to bar. So, back to back, here's the workouts. What I'm expecting is them to hurt and the barbell to be grippy and my lungs to be on fire. I'll give you some commentary. Let's start this thing up. Here we go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, start ripping on the ski erg. And honestly, what I'm thinking here is 7 minutes is in that weird time domain where it's not a sprint, but you can't really pace it all that much because it's too short. So you kind of have to look at a sprint in my eyes. So anyway, I'm taking the ski erg in this case at not a sprint pace because the goal is to feel good for the snatches and for the rope climbs and then be able to use the ski erg as like a moderate recovery. So as I pick up this snatch bar, I'm thinking power the whole time. 205 is kind of that weight where it can get sketchy if you go too fast, but you know, there's really, for me, there's like a red line weight, which is 225, where if I go too fast, I fail. I don't feel like I'm gonna feel a 205 snatch, so I kind of from the beginning tried to just pick the bar up and go. We did a lot of work over the past year at 225 for heavy Isabel in semifinals, and then at this last WFP event, we did 225 snatches in the finale. So 205 kind of felt nice today. As you can see, I'm trying to like really drop down and just pick it back up. The transition to the rope climb, I don't jump my rope climbs because it actually jacks my heart rate more. So what I do is I just reach up, get real tall, and then just let my legs kick up and I lean back. You can see I always try and keep that lead arm extended for the rope climbs because it helps burn my grip out less if I stay extended. I'll put more emphasis on my lat. So 3 rope climbs there. The goal was to be under a 2-minute round, and I did that on the first round. I think I held that for the entirety of the 7-minute AMRAP. The ski erg, you know, I'm trying to use all body here. I'm not trying to distribute the force into my legs or distribute the force into my arms, rather just use everything. So it's not a huge deep pull here because I'm not trying to really yank on that thing and get a ton of wattage out of it, but I'm not just trying to keep it moving with a little bit lighter pulls. Sometimes if I'm really trying to jack the wattage up or get a really fast pace, I'll turn the damper up to get more power out of it because I'm more of a power output athlete. When it comes to like not going super fast but like really powerful, so I typically have a slower stroke rate than the other guys, but we'll get a lot more out of each pull. Transition to the bar again, felt pretty fast, just keeping that around 5 to 7 seconds. I don't tighten my belt too much for these weights. For this weight specifically, it's around 65 to 70%. It was just more on there to remind me to keep my core tight when I'm pulling and when I'm catching. I don't notice the translation with a belt as much when it's a snatch, but for the second AMRAP that's coming up, which is a clean and jerk, I really notice the help of the belt and the bracing. Now, I never thought about going to squat snatches with these. I actually choose power whenever I can because I don't know why. I just perform better in workouts when I choose to do power, but I think it's just because I have such a long way up with that squat when I try and stand it up. But the thing is I was able to cycle these fast the whole time with the power snatches, so why would I squat if I can do fast powers? If I had to slow down my powers, it might be worth it to pick up the bar quicker to go to a squat snatch. At this point, I'm resting 2 to 3 seconds on the ground between rope climbs. You can see I'm always 2 pulling to get to that 15-foot mark. Rarely will I ever have to 3 pull unless my grip and core are really shot. At that point, I just jump and still 2 pull. But yeah, we're approaching round number 3 now. Round number 3 was feeling the grip a lot more. obviously this first part is all grip. You know, you're yanking on the skier, you're pulling the bar off the floor, and you're pulling up a rope climb. So definitely felt like I had to manage that well early so I could push hard late. My ski pace here is no more than 1100. I don't think I broke 1200 even in the first round, just because I really wanted to save it for those other two, because you can lose 5 seconds backing off the bar where if you go too hot on the skier. So I looked at the skier as like, it really just had to be a transitionary movement. Sometimes you'll get workouts like that where it's not a throwaway movement, but it's a transitionary movement where it can only hurt you if you go too fast. So that was this movement today. This set of barbell, I backed off just a little bit. I didn't stay over the bar. I stepped back a couple times, but for the most part, still proud of how this looked, how it felt. Still catching pretty high, much above that parallel, which we call power in CrossFit. You know, third round of snatches here. We're getting to that 18 rep range for the workout because it's 6 each time. That's typically where fatigue sets in, is, you know, 18 to 20 and heavy Isabel is where that fatigue really hits, and you have to be super smart. So I knew picking up the bar the next round would probably be the toughest time. Let's talk about rope climbs again. I feel like I'm a good rope climber, not just because I'm tall, but because of how I use my levers, right? If you are putting way too much emphasis on your arms, they're going to burn out quick. If you're trying to put too much emphasis on how you grip it with your feet and getting the perfect grip each time, you're going to be too slow. So I feel like I just have the timing down. So maybe I'll make a post about rope climbs someday. Fikowski came and showed me some rope climbs back in April as well, and we were pretty on par with each other. And he's a professor, so felt like you know, the rope climbs are in a good spot right now. I really like legless. I like rope climbs, but I really like legless. Final round here, we're approaching the end of that 7-minute mark, which is the end of the AMRAP, and now it's just get as many as you can. That's the beauty of an AMRAP, is as many rounds as possible. So if any of you guys try this and want to come and beat me, let's go. The RX weight for females is 145, males 205, what I'm using. And yeah, it's a doozy. The second part was definitely the hard part. So, oh, here's a rookie move. Weight's falling off. I didn't tighten my clip when I started the workout, so the weight on the right side is actually falling off as I'm snatching, which is not ideal mid-workout. So I made a couple of rookie moves in this workout. It was one of my first workouts back after the WFP. You can see that weight adjustment again, and yeah, it's not something you want to be focused on mid-workout. So definitely tighten your weights, tighten your clips and your collars before you start. I ended here at the 7-minute mark with a 5th power snatch. So I got 3 plus 14 reps, which is 5 power snatches into the 4th round. Now we'll zoom to the next workout. I had a 3-minute rest, but I'm not going to talk to you the whole time while I'm resting. So we'll zoom to that next part. Transition. We got a bike. We got a barbell again for clean jerks. And we got chest to bar. So pretty much same scheme. Machine, Olympic, chest to bar. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so starting the bike off, I actually came into this super unprepared. The 3-minute rest, I was fumbling around with my grips. I was changing the weights, getting collar set. I was taking off my watch because it's getting in the way of my chest to bar grips. And it was just, you know, not a great 3-minute recovery period. It was more of a 3-minute like stress and change things up period. So 9 cal bike. Goal here again, transition in 3 to 5 seconds for the clean jerks. I have been going wider on my clean jerks and workouts, and it's helping me cycle the bar faster and not be as grip inefficient. I feel like my grip gets less taxed when I'm wider with the clean jerks, and maybe it's because I got good front rack mobility and good overhead mobility, but it's something I've been experimenting with. I try and keep my arms relatively straight on the clean portion so I'm not really arm bending, and I also try to push jerk under that bar so I barely have to use any shoulder and just use my stability rather than pressing. So 6 clean jerks here. Surprisingly, felt pretty easy. Full transparency, I didn't warm up my clean very well either. I did snatches before this, so the clean was kind of más o menos. The chest to bar here, we're doing 12 chest to bar. every time I start a chest bar set, I typically almost miss my first rep, but every other rep I'm hitting my chest. So focus today was just hit chest on the first rep. 12 goes by pretty quick. I think my max set's somewhere around 70 to 75, so set of 12 should be doable and broken the whole time. Here's another rookie move. Taking the shirt off mid-workout on 7-minute AMRAP. Not using my arms, so that takes away a few seconds. Obviously, I'm not a rookie anymore. I've been to the games 3 times and done this at a high level, so let's just call that a lazy move, an unprepared move, not a vet move. So yeah, the bike now, it started at like 75, 78 on the first set, and now we're steady coasting around 68 to 70 cadence and RPM. Again, more of a transitionary movement here, because if I go too fast, my clean jerks and my chest to bar pace slows down too much. Now if you shorten the AMRAP, make it shorter, 4 to 5 minutes, I'm gut punching that bike. I'm going real hard. But since it was the 7-minute window, I chose to use it as kind of that transitionary, not rest, but like a period where I can get right to the next thing, no matter at that pace that I choose. Again, 6 clean jerks. This is a barbell workout, guys. Plain and simple. I need work at battery workouts like this. I've been improving a lot at them, but Matt Torres throws a lot of these at me on Tuesdays and Fridays. Those are my big lower body days where I will do lower body battery like this. And you may be asking yourself, well, there's upper body in there. You did grip and all that. But yeah, the focus was lower body Olympic battery, even though there was some upper interference. So transition to the chest to bar, I would say, was actually the harder part of this piece, just getting up there quick, and trying not to like think about breathing or think about how taxed my grip is, or how my legs are gonna be feeling, go to the next clean jerks. Just eliminate that from your mind, focus on what's at hand. I think if you get distracted about what's next, then you kind of miss out on what's now, and then you get out of control with your breathing on that movement. So always try and stay present in the very movement that I'm doing. We're going into round 3 here, and I think we're, somewhere around halfway. I don't actually have a timer that I'm looking at right now while I'm recording this, but I do know that I well exceeded my reps on the second AMRAP versus my first one. I think the chest to bar were just quicker than 3 rope climbs, and I think I can cycle a clean jerk faster than a snatch at the same weight. So that definitely helped. Usually with the Echo Bike, I feel confident on the Echo Bike in the workout. I feel like I can top 3 any Echo Bike workout when it matters in the workout. So I don't like thinking, oh, you don't need to work on that because you're good at it. I like thinking, okay, keep hammering that because it's a strength and you need event wins. Event wins help a lot. I think some competitors, some different camps have different opinions on that. We hammer my strengths. We make my strengths stronger. Me and Matt do. So, it's something that I'm not putting all my emphasis in toward, because why would I do that with machines when I need to put more emphasis on things like handstand push-up development, pressing, high rep gymnastics, battery work like this, 1 rep max loads, but it doesn't mean we don't touch on it frequently. Like, we're still touching on it. I still touch the bikes and the rowers and running and, things like rope climbs all the time. So my strengths stay strengths. So we're finishing up round number 3 here. I think it is. Pretty sure. My chest to bar, those feel pretty good. When I have tired grip, I'll experiment with going narrow, wide, so kind of put different stress on the forearm. It's something that when I do them narrow, I feel it in a different spot than when I do them wide. So I'll experiment with that kind of overhead hang position being a little different. So yeah, we're in round 4 here, and I ended the workout 4 plus however many on the bike that I got. I think it was 4 plus 5. So yeah, almost got a whole round more in the second AMRAP, which is exactly what I said would happen because the chest to bar is shorter and the clean jerk's easier. So yeah, now tighten that belt a little bit more each round as we go on because the fatigue's compounding. I ended up doing 23 total snatches in the first AMRAP, and then in this one I ended up doing 24 total clean jerks. So a lot of barbell at 205. I should be more aware of sticking that jerk for a sec overhead and really locking that out with my knees and hips and shoulders at the same time rather than just flashing it. but I'm trying to move fast, and sometimes, you know, you ride that line when you're moving fast. Should make the reps as clear as possible. I could work on tightening my upper back a little more too, in starting my lifts off the floor. So that was a fast transition. Now I'm closing out hot because you want to finish workouts hotter than you start them. And one thing I am trying to do now is start workouts as hot as you finish them. Don't start too slow. If you start too slow, you put yourself in a detriment. So last couple bike cals here, and you know, just give it all you got for, you know, the 10, 15, 20 seconds that you got. And the workouts in the past, it's a distant memory. So yeah, 4 plus 5 on this one, and then I got 3 plus 14 on the first one. Was a doozy of a brutal Friday. Really enjoyed it. I had Jason doing it with me. We had a great time, and I'll be looking forward to the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Like and subscribe for more stuff, more workouts, more fun, more fitness, more fabulous moments, more Fs. Everything I just said had an F. Anyways, it's late recording this. I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed now. Good night, YouTube. Got a great training partner, Mr. J. Ray. How'd it go?
Went good. It was hard.
What was the tough part?
Tough parts were the maintaining cadence on the snatch, and then getting right into the rope climb.
Yep.
After the snatch.
Yep.
Just to keep moving through. That was the tough part.
That was tough. And then part 2, I'd say the tough part was getting back to pace on the Echo bike, and not backing off the bar, just practicing quick transitions. Definitely got more rounds in the second one. Were you the same?
Yep, same.
Yep.
At least one, I think, over an additional round.
I was close to an additional round, which is good. So, Brutal Friday, V11, Lucky 1-1, Snake Eyes. Way, if you're not logging your results and remembering your scores and remembering what you can improve on, you're not getting better as much as you could be. So, I always let my coach know directly after workout how it went in our little app, the Strivey app. Plenty of apps. I coach your True Coach. There's Coach RX, there's Strivey, there's Train Heroic. Get on a platform, get a coach, get their input, make sure they're smart enough to make you better. I am James, and I like CrossFit.